Yo guys, what's up? It's Alex from GMG Studio. There's one question most developers ask themselves at least once in their developer career. How to work for an amazing company like Google, Amazon or Apple. Or Unity. Well, there are tons of Reddit posts, YouTube videos, blogs and so many more great resources out there. And all of them have one thing in common. Be smart. Well, and don't give up. Yeah, probably don't give up to become smart enough. And there's a website I discovered that will help you on your journey. The website is free. Of course, there's a premium plan, but the free version is more than enough. And this video is not sponsored. I just really enjoy it. The website is called Leetcode and you will learn so many things about data structures and algorithms. If you are a self-taught developer or your skills got a bit rusty, this is a great resource to train yourself. And even if you don't want to work for such a great company and you just started to learn C# for Unity development, Leetcode will help you. I will show you what I mean. Let's explore. As you can see, I started with Array 101, which is actually really fun and why I wanted to share it with you. As you can see, this is the introduction into the data structure array, and they describe it pretty good. Arrays are a simple data structure for storing lots of similar items. They exist in all programming languages and so on. There are different chapters, and if you want to learn the basics about arrays, this is a great resource. But now let's go to the fun part and do an exercise together. First, let's choose our language. As you can see, there are so many languages, but we will use C#. The first and most important thing is to understand the problem. Let's analyze it. Given a binary array nums, return the maximum number of consecutive ones in the array. So this means that we have a function which takes an array nums and we have to find the consecutive ones in the array. The array only has 0 or 1 as a member. And there are two examples in this exercise. This helps you to understand the problem. Well, now we have a problem and we have to find a solution. When I started as developer, I thought it would be a good idea to think in code. Yeah, I need a for loop and an if-else statement and so on. I would advise you to think as human. In our example, if we wouldn't have any idea how to write code, what would you do? Well, it's easy. Just count the consecutive ones and remember the highest number. Now, let's code this. So the solution is actually pretty easy. We need two variables, one max counter and one temporary counter, which we can reset every time we find a 0. Then we will iterate over the array with a for loop. We just need a int index, which is 0, and while the index is less than the length of the array, we will add 1 to it. And then we will check. If the number with the index is 1, we can increase our temporary counter. And we can compare our two counters, and if our temporary counter is higher than our max counter, we can set the max counter to a temporary counter. And if it's not a 0, and if it's not a 1, and if it's a 0, we have to reset our temporary counter. And after our for loop is finished, we can return the max counter. Now we can run our code and see if everything is working fine. And it's finished. As you can see, everything worked fine. Now we can submit it. And the solution was accepted. And we can see more details like how fast was our code. And this is it, guys. A cool way to learn the basics of data structures and algorithms. But this is just the first step. Next time we will do a challenge and try to solve it.
Like the video if you liked the video, dislike the video if you disliked the video, subscribe if you want to be notified on our future content. We are also on Instagram and Facebook. Feel free to follow us there as well. And have a great day. Start creating, stop consuming.